Hello, we are Sara and Joni from Vantastic.
And together we live in a truck camper. And this time we are on a road trip around Lake Saimaa.
Beautiful nature around us. We are in eastern Finland. Come on and join our road trip. Hop on!
If you want to go to nature outside and have a lunch and have a bonfire, there's lots of places to be in Finland. These kind of fireplaces, there are like thousands in Finland that are public and open for everyone. And usually there's some services, depends on the place. For example, outhouses and firewood. Yeah, the budget cuts are hitting also the Finland. There are some places that don't offer anything anymore because yeah, we had to cut the budget on everything, also outdoors, which is a pity because the money isn't that big, but still it gives a lot of good health for the Finnish people. Really beautiful. It would be really nice to own some boats. Because of this, we have one of the biggest lakes in the whole world, and we would enjoy that and come to these camping places which are just, you know, on the shore. There are lots of like camping harbors like this. So you have the fireplaces, you have the toilets and firewood there ready, so there would be so nice places to be.
Also next to the shore there is more primitive fireplaces. If the weather allows, you can just admire the views while cooking your food outdoors.
And this is one of the things you have to do when you are camping on these public places. Leave always ready-made logs for the next one. It's to be polite for the next camper.
And is wild camping legal in Finland? It's totally legal. Good rule of thumb is if you see any houses, don't camp there, but otherwise you can pitch your tent basically wherever. But of course, common courtesy and do not harm the nature and do not be loud and all that stuff that us civilized people know how to behave. Yeah. Finland is such a great summer country. I wish these summers would be so much more longer. I kind of want to come here to camp.
This is a good slogan for human, but for cats it's you have 9 lives, just be an asshole. So I changed the intercooler and we have been driving like 100 kilometers and trying to find the biggest hills of the southern Karelia. There's zero jerking, but it has to work for at least 2 or 3 weeks until, like I say, it's fixed. Because we have had these situations where the jerking goes away for 1 week, it works perfectly, and then it comes back. So next update is 3 weeks from here, and maybe 1,000 kilometers, and how much more uphills.
And because we were spending time in an island, we need to take a ferry to go back to the mainland. The ferry goes here quite often, so there's not that much waiting. And because the island is so small, we are the only ones on the line. And weather is great, so we are not in a hurry.
Se piirre loppu siihen. beautiful weather and nice little ferry ride. Short one. You can see where we are going. It's nice. It reminds me a lot of my summers when we were car camping around lakeside, and there were lots of more of these ferries back then. There are hundreds of thousands of kilometers of gravel roads in Finland, but luckily they are in good condition usually, because upkeeping gravel road is so much cheaper than the tarmac road. Yeah, of course there's some bumpy parts on these roads, but usually they are quite good. I like it.
I think we are still in South Karelia, but we are totally middle of nowhere. I think this gravel road has continued the past 30 minutes and we cannot drive very fast here. The area is surrounded by Lake Saimaa, and Lake Saimaa is like a scattered little lakes combined together. So it means there's not much roads, and if there's roads, you really have to drive a long way. If you would be a bird, it would be easy to navigate here. But we have all the time in the world, and we are heading to our next camping destination. Fingers crossed there's nobody else. It is weekend, so it's possible that there is some other people enjoying the nature too. But this is so isolated, like you really have to drive hours to get here. So it's usually a sign that you can be alone. But I don't know, let's see. At least the weather is good, like it's not raining like it was supposed to. So we are happy campers. Finally, the driving is over and we are at our campsite. Are you ready to see the peak of it? Ta-da! Pine trees, and in the distance you can see the Lake Saimaa again.
And first thing that we do is go swimming.
Of course, we are sweating like a little pigs. So let's go. And lingonberries are starting to be ripe, and blueberries.
Yeah, blueberries are best. I like it the most, more than the lingonberries.
And we are going to check out the log situation. Usually it's pretty cute in the places where there's not much people. Okay.
Yeah. It's good situation.
Where's the saw?
There's the saw and there's the axe.
Okay. Good service.
Good service. So we can make food outside again. Yay.
And this is the reward. Driving far, far away. You can get private beaches. Look at it. Just take a look at this. Wow! We will go outdoors to cook some food. And usually when you sit by the campfire you tend to eat a little bit not so healthy food, so that's why I'm making us some side salads. One sucky thing about the summer is that the vegetables go bad very early. We like to go shopping once or twice in a month, so it means the vegetables do not stay that fresh. So hard to find kale from Europe, but it's not the problem in Nordics. If you think salad doesn't taste anything, taste kale, and this is best eating just raw. And how we deal with the non-stinky waste. We separate our bio waste and put them in the container. And this container has a lid, so we can seal it and do not smell our bio waste at all. And when we find a place where it's appropriate to dump our bio waste, we will do it. The evening sun goes there. We are so spoiled with these views every day that we notice the faults of them. Usually we get the nice sunset, but not in this beach. We should be other side of the beach. This is triangle shaped peninsula. Yeah, kind of windy place, but it means there's no mosses or horseflies. And so we can cook good food. Oh! Fire at my eyebrows and eyelashes.
Yeah, Sarah eats only chicken but not other meat, so now we bought muu iso makkara. This is pea protein sausage, which is really good. And we have also corn. It's my favorite one. Corn with the salt and butter. So good.
Kale is friend.
Kale is your friend. Little rant about the Finnish Caravan Owner Association. They are fear-mongering that every wild camping is illegal, and even if you are parking, it's a camping. In Finland there is no motorhome association that
seeks the benefits of the motorhome owners
or interests.
Yeah.
There's only camping ground association, which of course seeks benefits of the camping grounds. Just a week ago there was a news article where this association says that all wild camping is illegal.
They are basically lying, because Finnish law states that you can wild camp in the nature and enjoy a day here, or even weekend, or even longer time.
But they are saying that all wild camping is basically illegal, and they are saying that in a pretty way. But still, if a motorhome association or camping ground association tells that they have only one interest, to get people to the camping grounds. We bought the camper van because we didn't want to go to camping grounds. Before camper van we traveled with the car and a tent, and we needed camping grounds for
showers,
yeah, and that kind of things. We bought the camper van because it has a shower and it's totally off-grid, and we can be here in the nature enjoying.
We did change our camper van to the truck camper, but the same things goes on. We like to live self-sustainable, totally off the grid in the nature. We do not need any camping site.
Yeah.
So we are just doing our thing, and it pisses us off when people are lying, like especially these big associations, because they are limiting our freedom.
Yeah. They should be looking our interests, and that's why we have never joined that association. I know many of the camper van owners joined the association, but I think it's wrong, because they are doing so wrong on their public appearances.
Yeah, they are doing harm.
Yeah.
We don't need them.
We don't need them. Well, the best thing that we're gonna do is showing how you can wild camp in a responsible way and enjoy nature that is not harming anyone. So hopefully that is seen on our videos when we show the videos, because that is one thing that we want to show.
Yeah. Leave no trace mentality.
Yeah, we never leave a trace, and even if somebody else is leaving trace, we
pick the stuff, and campsite always looks cleaner after us.
Yeah. But this is, I think, the best thing ever, eating good food in the nature. I could do this every day, making the food on a bonfire and yeah, going swim in the nature and enjoying the nature without harming it.
Yeah.
Of course.
And we do this almost every day, not when the weather sucks. Chasing the sun, always.
Chasing the sun. Not this time.
Kelly's friend, I love Kelly so much.
Yeah, we drove quite much, and when we have a solar panels on the roof of the camper, we can get solar while we are driving. So we have a full battery. I think this is the first time since months. Yes. So now I have a gaming night which I can take, and yeah, this time Apex Legends I'm gonna play. But beautiful place, and we have a really good internet connection here, so 5G, and I have like, my ping is 25 for servers in Germany, so it hasn't been that good anywhere else. So I'm really happy to play some games today. Yeah, I love it. I have been always a gamer, so even in a van you can do it. Not that much, but still, when you want, you can do it.
It started raining out of nowhere. Yeah, Jan is gaming there. And I got a storm alert to my phone. Yikes. Exciting night ahead. I think this summer has been good, you know, weather-wise. Bit rainy, a bit cold, but we like coldness. We hate being in somewhere where it's too hot. So this has been decent. We don't really film what we do in the evening times because we don't do absolutely anything. Nothing. I just lay here in a bed, and Joni usually sit in our lounge area. I like a truck camper in that sense that we can still have like a separate rooms here. Yeah, this has worked great. Because we don't have leaky issues now here. The rain is actually really calming when it's not too scary and powerful. Good morning. We did have a rainy night, but we survived, and now it's not raining. The sun is starting to peek out, so I think the weather is changing a bit. It's not windy at all, and I can be in a t-shirt. That's a good sign. Yeah, we slept really good here. What we are going to do now is prepare us some summer salads with the cabbage. It's really delicious.
When Sarah is searching for recipes, it's always easy and cheap.
That's true.
So we are making a summer salad. This is also good summer salad. So white cabbage and carrots, and then comes some white wine vinegar and oil.
Bunch of spices, olive oil, honey,
and vinegar. So that's how it's made. It's really good. It's with cheap ingredients. Then you just pour the vinegar in top of the cabbage. Then you mix it well and it's good for 3 weeks in your fridge. So 3 weeks full of worth of salad.
Places like these are our absolute favorite. We just like to be middle of the nowhere, and I'm so glad we came here. Next few days we are going to meet our friends and chill with them a couple of days, so I guess we will see you guys next week. Do you know where we are going? Really, I'm asking because I don't know where we are going, but somewhere. Let's see that in next week. Thanks so much for watching our videos. Bye!